Yes, John, the Winnerback horses up near the lead here at Randwick today. Cross Swords and Gold Sovereign, they've run 1-4. And, well, you can't stop this. Gavin Eads giving John Hawkes his first Group 1 winner for the Ingham brothers since taking over as private trainer at Crown Lodge. And he'll be an excited man, Johnny Hawkes, I can assure you, a very, very good trainer. Coming round the turn as we see them there, it's Gold Sovereign in front of Cross Swords. Shortly after, Cross Swords goes past Gold Sovereign as we pick them up here. And that's him in the cerise colours. Gavin Eads with the whip on his inside hand, his right hand. Oh, boy, he does get busy on Cross Swords. I thought the outside horses were going to swamp him for a stride, but he just couldn't do it. And Cross Swords has held on there. You'll see here that Bill dive in there in a minute with the grey Azam, but they didn't get there. I can assure you of that. Cross Swords first. Here that Bell second, Azam third in the Sydney Cup of 1994. That excited man is Gavin Eads. He's now with Shane Dye.
Well, Gav, congratulations. That's 3 Group 1s in 1 week. How do you feel?
Group 1, Gavin. Well, well, well. I didn't think I could do it. Have a look at me now.
Congratulations, Gav. You must have had a lovely run in the race. Did he pull it all?
He pulled a little bit. He settled nice for me. They came up about 5 home, and they put a bit of pressure on me.
Were you worried straightening up?
No, I always thought I'd win straightening.
Congratulations, that's confidence for you, Ken. Well done, Gav.
It sure is, Shane. It's good to see. And another man who should be very happy is now with Anne-Marie Sparkman, and that's winning trainer Johnny Hawkes.
Yes, indeed, John Hawkes is a very happy man. That's the first Group 1 win for the Inghams for you.
It is, Anne-Marie, and it's absolutely delightful. It's been a long time coming, but it was worth waiting for.
What were your thoughts about the race before it began? What sort of tactics did you think that Gavin would take?
Well, we knew he'd be somewhere near the lead. That's the way. There wasn't a lot of pace in the race, but he went into the race a very, very fit horse, and he ran particularly well in the Chairman's Handicap last week, and just with a little bit of luck in running, and it panned out very good, and Gavin rode him well, and just made the difference on the day.
Now, I know you've had a lot of victories since you've been with the Inghams, but there was a bit of a monkey on your back, wasn't there, about breaking that Group 1 barrier?
Yes, there was, Anne-Marie. Since I've come to Sydney, I hadn't won a Group 1 for the Inghams. I've won quite a few in the past, but I hadn't won since I've been with them. A lot of placings, but today makes up for it, so there'll be many more to come from here on in.
Are you at home now in Sydney?
I'm at home now in Sydney.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
Yes, Johnny Hawkes, and there's Cross Swords, led back by the Chicken Kings. Bob Ingham in front, followed by his brother Jack in the hat, and by golly, they put a lot of money into racing, but I don't think anyone, not even the smallest owners, enjoy the sport as much as Bob and Jack Ingham, and they'll get a great thrill out of Cross Swords. They've probably had a few bucks on him, but the thrill is winning, and of course the Inghams also own the Woodland Stud up in the Hunter Valley. They breed the horses, and they keep them, they race them, and as I said, they get a super duper thrill out of them. There's Group 1 Gavin, as he called himself. The winner, Cross Swords, officially won by a short neck from Here That Bell, with Azam a neck away third. There's Gavin talking to the crowd now. I don't know exactly what he's saying, but it'll be something pretty good, I can assure you of that. He doesn't miss a beat, this young fella. You talk about excitable jockeys. I've never seen one quite like him. Shane Dye's ridden against plenty. Shane, you ever seen a more excitable man than Group 1 Gavin?
Well, I thought I got excited, but Gav's really stole the limelight off me when it comes to excitement. He was very excited today, but there's the dance once again. He must have been practicing all week for it.
I think he was, Shane, but he's very excited as he walks back to way out. I don't think there'll be any problems there. He's won comfortably. Another Group 1 for Gavin Eads. He won the Doncaster on Pharaoh, the Galaxy on Jetball, and now the Sydney Cup on Cross Swords as we take a break from the wide world of sports.
Yes, a jubilant Gavin Eads there. What a fantastic ride home. Proved them all wrong. On board number 5, Cross Swords. Paid $23.80 for a win, $4.80. And runner-up number 6, Hear That Bell, $1.90. And in third place, Azam paid $4.60. OK, let's move down to Kenny Callender now for race 7 Sandown. Up to date.
Yeah, Max, from the Sydney Cup to race 7 Sandown. It's a bit of a come down, but you can get money here all the same. Big Barons at 10 to 1, Bon Preci at 8 to 1. I'm going to back the favourite Assembly Man. I can't really see a lot in the race. Bruce Compton, the rider. In the money is at 6 to 1, Virtual Reality at 9 to 1, Del Mar at 100s, Cromatino 33, Lavender Blue 14, Cagney 20, Chantarad at 25 to 1, Seawalk at 20 to 1, Zenithal at 10, Steelzam 5 to 1, well in the market. Poirot is 33, and Drami at 100. Melisolette at 100 to 1, and Regal Dynasty also at 100 to 1. Fatty Vorton, I'm on Assembly Man. What do you do with your cash?
I'm with you, Kenny. You're a legend. I'm on Assembly Man as well. Bruce Compton to ride. He's a great jockey. He had a bit of time over here in Sydney, now back in New Zealand, but he's come over to Melbourne to ride this horse, so that makes you think it can win. Malcolm, what about you?
I'm going for the 2, Fatty. I'm going for the mare, Bon Preci. I think the 2100 will suit her at Sandown, and the last run was very good. I think she's screaming out for the 2100 for me, Bon Preci.
Oh, it's 100 to 1, isn't it? It can't win. Back to you, the legend from Mudgee, Kenny Sutcliffe.
Thank you, Fatty. OK, if you can't win on Fatty Sips, then maybe we'll get lucky when we announce our $5,000 Memorable Moments winner later on today's show. We'll take a break and return shortly.
Well, I've just had my man out there checking the totes for this 2100 metre race at Sandown, and there's no great changes. Everyone seems to like Assembly Man. It's a big field, and he's a clear-cut favourite at about 9 to 4. He's TAB number 3. Going to the top, Big Baron's just getting out a fraction, and Bon Preci is just coming in a fraction. Assembly Man still at 9 to 4. In the money, a stablemate of the Sydney Cup winner, Cross Swords. It'll race in the same colours, the Cerise. It's at 6 to 1. Virtual Reality, Harry White is at 10 to 1. Del Mar at 100. Cromatino at 33. Lavender Blue still at 14 to 1. Cagney at 20 to 1. Chantarad is at 21 now, not 25. And Seawalk is out to 25 to 1. Zenithal B. Werner is a 10 to 1 chance. Steelzam, Peter Hutchinson, the rider, is at 5 to 1. Perot is 33 to 1. And then come the roughies, Andrami, Melisolette and Regal Dynasty, all at 100 to 1. We're nearly on post time. I think the horses are just starting to move in there at Sandown, which is handy. The start is in the home straight, and then when they get to the winning post, they've got exactly 1 lap to go. Half the field's in there, I think, at least half the field. If you're looking Assembly Man, Bruce Compton, as you heard Fatty Vorton say earlier, Bruce used to ride here in Sydney, was stable rider at one period there for Paul Sutherland, and had quite a deal of success. He then went to over to Singapore, I think, for a good while, and now he's back in New Zealand, and he occasionally goes over to Melbourne. Assembly Man, if you're looking for him in the run, races in red with a white band, light green armbands and a light green cap. He's had 16 starts for 4 wins and 4 seconds. I hope his 5th winner comes up today. Here's our caller, John Russell.
Money standing up well in the all cerise colours of the Woodland Stud. Assembly Man stands well. They're off to a good start. Jumped almost as one, and shortly afterwards Melisolette near the inside was showing in the lead with Chantarad, and Bon Preci out quickly with Lavender Blue, and beginning well as Poirot in the run down the straight with just over a circuit left to go, and Lavender Blue, one of the leaders, out deep with Poirot. Up there in that leading group is Seawalk, Bon Preci over on the inside is Chantarad, followed by Andrami. Settling just in behind that bunch of horses was Assembly Man going out of the straight, being followed by Big Baron and Cromatino, and very wide is Del Mar, followed by Regal Dynasty, a length to win the money on the outsider. They're followed by Melisolette, a bit further back, Virtual Reality on the inside of Cagney, who's next to last, and Zenithal has dropped out to last. Along the back they travel, and the leader Lavender Blue about 2 lengths ahead of Poirot, a length further back to Seawalk on the outside of Chantarad. Close in behind them Andrami, then came Big Baron, Assembly Man in the centre, and over on the outside is Bon Preci, a half length away Steelzam, followed by Cromatino and Regal Dynasty. They're followed by Del Mar. Back along the inside Melisolette, half a length to win the money, who's got 3 behind him, and they are Cagney, Cagney, Virtual Reality and Zenithal in the run down the hill with just over 1,000 metres left to go. Lavender Blue by a length and a half. Second up on the outside, Poirot. Half a length further back then is Chantarad, and they were being closely attended by Sea Walk. Over on the inside, Big Baron, followed by Andrami and Assemblyman, and back along the inside then at the head of the others, Steel Zam, followed closely by Bon Precer. Regal Dynasty, Cromatino in behind them, ridden along Del Mar, Melissa led in the money, still well back with Zenithala, Cagney and Virtual Reality. They're coming up to the home turn at the 600 metre mark. Lavender Blue being pressured for the lead now. Chantarada's gone up very quickly on the outside, and Poirot is there in the centre, and they were followed by Big Baron and further back Assemblyman as they straighten up with 400 a run. Lavender Blue about to be tackled by Chantarad, coming down the outside. Poirot and Assemblyman over on the inside looking for a run, and Bon Precer finishing on, and down the outside from a long way back is Delmar and Cagney. It's Bon Precer, Chantarad going up to Big Baron, who slipped through on the inside and hit the front. Big Baron has dashed clear in the final stages from Bon Precer and Assemblyman, finishing on when the race is all over, but Big Baron will win it. Big Baron wins it for Bon Precer and Assemblyman. Close up is Cagney, there followed by Steel Zam, who was there on the inside in that photo for the minor placings, and there followed by Delmar. Further back Zenithal, Cromatino. Further back then came Chantarad in the money, followed by Regal Dynasty, Sea Walk. Next Melissa Let, Lavender Blue, Poirot. Well back Andrami, and the tail ender is Virtual Reality.
Yeah, what a run he got. Big Baron cragged in where we picked them up. He's already got that rails run, and he shot clear of Bon Precer in the red colours there that Malcolm Johnston picked. There's Assemblyman in the green cup coming down the outside. I don't even know if he got third. The one along the rails, Steel Zan. Well, he went home pretty well too. Let's try and stop them on the line. Big Baron's won for sure. There's no doubt about that. And Bon Precer will run second. Very close for third between Assemblyman on the outside and Steel Zam over on the rails. We'll have that result for you when we come back after this break on the Wide World of Sports.
And the dividends on Sandown race 7. Big Baron $13.70 and $4. Bon Precer $2.90 and Assemblyman $1.70. All right, Ken Callender has the latest mail on race 7 here at Randwick.
Yes, it's the Frank Packer Plate, Ken, a Group 2 race for 3-year-olds. It's always a top race, and it turns out every year to be a great form race. I'm going to put my cash on number 1 tenor. Carries the same colours as the Sydney Cup winner Cross Swords, the All Cerise. He's at 11-4. Espinosa from Melbourne is favourite at 7-4. 25-1 Big Gabby, 14 Darbass, 8 Raging Planet, 7 Star Dancer, 9 Mansell Bay, 40 Hunting a Kiss, 60 Amati Strike, 50 Stalemate, 25 Castle Song, and 100-1 Bright Eyed. I can't sing, Fatty, but I'm going to back a tenor.
Yeah. Figaro, Figaro. Kenny, I'm not with you on this. I'm going to stick with Star Dancer. I backed it last week. It didn't really handle the track ridden by Grant Cooksley. Today it's a lot drier track, and I expect it to come down the outside and win this race. And Malcolm Johnston, of course, started off this tipping in a blaze of glory. He's crashed. You're kidding.
I haven't crashed, Paddy. You're kidding. I tell you what, I was going all right till you jumped on my bandwagon. Now I'm going pretty ordinary. I've gone right away from you. I'm on the 2, Espinosa. I think Kevin from the 2 alley, it'll have a beautiful run. It might lead. Even if it doesn't, shut up, Paddy. It'll be running second, and it'll be very hard to beat, mate.
Yeah, good. Well, that's our tips, boys. Back to you.
I think I'll stay with Malcolm. Okay, if you haven't already heard, there's a cash prize of $5,000 on the line in our Memorable Moments giveaway.
Okay, they're going round to the barrier for the Frank Packer Plate. We've just got time for another tote call. Number 1 tenor is into 5-2. Go boy. Espinosa still favourite at 2-1. 25 Big Gabby, 14 Darbass, 8 Raging Planet, 6 Star Dancer, 9 Mansell Bay, 50 Hunting a Kiss, 60 Amata Strike G Eads, 50 Stalemate, 25 Castle Song, and 100-1 Bright Eyed. Well, there's no doubt that the jockey of the moment is Gavin Eads. His mum Margaret was here to watch him win the Sydney Cup on Cross Swords, and Anne-Marie Sparkman caught up with this happy family.
Here we are, Gavin with his mum, Margaret. I know you're an emotional family.
Yes, yes. I wouldn't let her come out to the presentation because she made me cry. When Gay cried the other day, the Doncaster, I nearly cried. But no, we've had a hard year last year, and she's a lovely lady, a good lady. Taught me to ride too, so I wish I was...
Doesn't keep his elbows down.
Now, Margaret, they call you one of the golden girls of Flemington.
Yes, yes. I'm with all the Hughes family, the Surkey family, and my family, and we all get together at the races, yes, and
now,
we're
Margaret,
the golden girls.
What about
Plus
Gavin?
Shirley Gouchy and everybody like that, yeah.
Gavin's a grammar boy and he became a jockey.
Yes. At first I was disappointed, and well, it's turned out well for Gavin. Yeah.
Can you believe his success recently?
Well, I knew it had to come.
Yes,
That's what I said. I knew it had to come. When you work hard and you settle down and you try to achieve something, success has to come to you.
Can you believe it, Gavin, all that's happened in the last couple of weeks?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I
have
can.
confidence coming through.
I was going to put it together in my life. I've still got a long way to go yet, if you believe that. I'm improving all the time, and I'm getting more mature all the time, and you know, you'll see me a lot more in these Group 1s. I've got to go and ride this race, sorry.
Congratulations. Thanks very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. I know you're a very proud mother.
Oh, yes.
And you don't like being called good old mum.
Well, I didn't think I was that old. and to Travis, Gavin's brother, he's somewhere fishing. If you see this, Trav, we'll celebrate when we get home.
Okay, thanks very much,
Thank
Margaret.
you very much. Thank you.
Lovely interview by Anne-Marie Sparkman. Lovely lady, Margaret. I had the pleasure of meeting her at Channel 9 studios last Sunday when we had Gavin on our Turf Talk program. And she's just the proudest mum in the world. And she flew in on Sunday morning, actually. She missed his Doncaster win on Pharaoh, but was here to see him win the Galaxy on Jetball and the Sydney Cup on Cross Swords. Ken, the Eads family, I think, oh no, we'll talk to Ken's gone away, but Shane's there. The Eads family have injected terrific compassion into this carnival, haven't they, Shane?
Yeah, there's no doubt after the Doncaster win, it was great. Big thing about this race, John, is the barriers. I think it makes a big advantage to draw in, and Kevin Moses has drawn 2 on Espinosa, and she's beautifully relaxed, and she's just going to end up trailing the leader and get the cutaway rail. She's got a very good chance. Star Dancer come around with the pony, and Grant Cooksley's just hopped off him, but he looks a little bit light, if anything, and he's not sweating. He's relaxed, which is good, but he's starting to play up a bit, John.
OK, we'll keep an eye on him then. Now they're moving in rapidly for the Frank Packer plate. We just wait for Star Dancer, who's riderless, and Hunting a Kiss is still out. Amadi Strike goes in for Gavin Eads. Stalemate, Castle Song, Raging Planet all move up. Rider of Bright Eyed has hopped out of the saddle. He's standing on one of the rear gates at the moment. Espinosa's rider also easing his weight out of the saddle. Darbas has the inside gate. Hunting a Kiss moving up on the extreme outside, and they look to be just about set and ready for dispatch now as the starter heads over to his rostrum to release the field. 2,000. Amadi Strike fidgety in the gates. Are they steady? Tenor stands well. Gates open. They're off. Good start. Amadi Strike wide out is about the first out. Espinosa began well, and so did Mansell Bay. Stalemate is one of the leaders. Darbus began well, but is quickly drifting back towards the tail of the field. They're pretty tight early, and they've jammed up a little bit back towards the tail of the field. But Amadi Strike crossing goes to the lead and kicks away at the crossing by more than 2 lengths to Big Gabby. Mansell Bay running third, followed by Stalemate. A bit more than a length to Espinosa on the inside of Raging Planet. 1.5 to Hunting a Kiss, and a half length away on the fence Bright Eyed, followed by Castle Song, and then Darbus and Tenor with Star Dancer last. They're going a good gallop down the back, and Gavin Eads had Amadi Strike in front by a bit more than a length to Big Gabby. Mansell Bay running third, a half length away. Stalemate on the outside, a bit more than a length. Espinosa, who's travelling nicely, a half to Raging Planet, 2 to Bright Eyed and Hunting a Kiss together, and then Castle Song on the outside of Darbas, followed by Tenor with Star Dancer the trailer. On the top turn, Amadi Strike led, getting closer. Big Gabby, 2.5 Mansell Bay and a half to Stalemate. Stalemate. Espinosa tracking along 5th on the inside of Raging Planet. Bright Eyed on the inside of Hunting a Kiss. Darbus on the inside of Castle Song. Star Dancer on the inside of Tenor as they go over the crossing at the 800 mark. Amati Strike just in front of Big Gabby. Mansell Bay 3rd. Stalemate 4th on the outside. Then Raging Planet. Espinosa has bailed up on the fence coming to the turn from Hunting a Kiss, followed by Bright Eyed, Castle Song, and then Darbus and Tenor with Star Dancer last of all. To the corner now, Amati Strike is about a neck on Big Gabby. Mansell Bay 3rd, followed by Stalemate, and then Raging Planet with Espinosa on the fence, waiting for a run as they turn for home. Coming over the rise, Big Gabby sprinted to hit the lead from Amati Strike. Mansell Bay pouncing. Espinosa waiting for a split, followed by Darbus, Raging Planet, and his Star Dancer. Star Dancer from the tail of the field is coming right down the outside. There's the split for Espinosa. He dives through to join Star Dancer. They're coming to the line together. Espinosa, Star Dancer. Espinosa put the head in front. Star Dancer is coming at him again, but Espinosa's holding on too well. Espinosa beats Star Dancer. 3rd's tight. Darbus wide out. In a photo with Mansell Bay, close up Big Gabby, then Raging Planet, Bright Eyed, Castle Song, followed by Tenor, Hunting a Kiss, and then Stalemate, and the early leader Amati Strike has weakened to run last. Stand by for numbers on the Frank Packer plate. Espinosa, Kevin Moses, $3.60 and $1.80, $3.60 and $1.80. Number 6 will be second, Star Dancer, to pay $1.80. 3rd's close, Darbus wide out, very prominent. Place dividend $3.10. Oh, lovely cold ride, Ken.
Yeah, it was, John. There's a big advantage having a position here at Randwick today. It's very hard to make ground. G. Cooksley rode Star Dancer well. He got the split through the field, whereas Carmody went wide on Tenor. But then Moses had an absolute picnic on Espinosa through the run, and when his run come, well, he got the prize. That's Amati Strike. Gavin Eads leading them to the home turn from Big Gabby. Brian York in second place on his outside in the red cap. Over on the rails is the Newcastle galloper Mansell Bay for Mark de Montfort, and the winner, he's trailing him up with the red cap right over on the inside, and Star Dancer's got a white cap out in the middle. You'll see he come wide in a minute. There he is in the white, black, blue with the white cross sashes. But as we pick them up, the whole complexion of the race has changed. Kevin Moses has gone to the lead on Espinosa. Mansell Bay was a horse getting cut out, and Big Gabby comes at him. No, not Big Gabby, is over on the rails. Star Dancer comes at him down the outside, but Espinosa, to my mind, went home a little bit better than Star Dancer over the last 150 metres, and even though the margin was only a neck, he was always going to get there. Here's Shane Dye with Kevin Moses.
Well, a lovely ride from Kevin. Waited for the cutaway. It must have really helped you.
Barriers make all the difference, Shane. You know, I had a lovely run through the race and everything just went my way. It's great to ride for good trainers that get the horses fit.
Were you ever worried about not getting a run?
For a few strides I was, and then I could see that it was going to come when Mark went forward.
When you got out, were you certain of a win in the race?
Yeah, I was.
I like that confidence. Well done, Kev. Good on you.
Yeah, he only won by a neck, Shane, but as I said, I think he always had the race won from the 200 metres. He didn't need the cutaway, though about 8 off the rail. Okay, Kevin Moses coming back with the clerk of the course on the John Maher trained Espinosa from Melbourne. He's won his last 2 races up here at Randwick, won the Carbine Club Stakes here last week, and now on the 3rd day of the carnival, or the 4th day of the carnival, he's won the Frank Packer Plate, a Group 2 race for 3-year-olds. And an improving horse, Espinosa. I think he'll probably go home to Melbourne there, might even go to Brisbane for the Queensland Derby. But wherever he goes, he'll continue to pay his way, and I reckon next time he'll be an even stronger horse. Very, very promising type. And there's the lucky owners coming back to scale, leading their horse back as Kevin Moses gives his usual bright smile. Star Dancer in second place was ridden by Grant Cooksley. Espinosa, TAB number 2, trained at Flemington in Melbourne by John Maher and ridden here today at Randwick by Sydney's number 1 jockey, Kevin Moses. The margin, as I said, was a neck, but he always had the race won when that split come, and those from the back of the pack, they just couldn't make up the ground. On that note, we'll leave Kevin Moses and Espinosa, but we'll be back at Randwick very shortly.
Tonight. She's got the look. Heavenly bound, cause heaven's got a number when she's spinning me around. Kissing is a color, a loving is a wild dog. She's got the look. 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 What in the world?
Faces of fashion on parade here at Randwick today. Okay, let's check the difference on the Frank Packer plate. And number 2, Kevin Moses, Espinosa, paid $3.60 and $1.80. Star Dancer in second place, $1.80. And number 4, Darbas, $3.10. And protest dismissed at Sandown, race 7, 4th against 3rd, 2, Kid.
OK, Maxine, our Wizard of Odds, Ken Callender, has given us good value all afternoon. Shane Dyer shared the company of those winning jockeys returning to scale, and Fatty has gone head-to-head with Malcolm Johnston and our bevy of celebrity punters. It's time now for their post-mortems.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ken. I think we're pretty much a mixed grill down here. I had a red-headed Queenslander that was hot to race after the Queensland filly Hot to Race won the opening race, but perhaps we should have all gone home then, Fatty.
I thought you were going to say red-headed Queen for a minute. If you were in trouble, I was going to put one right in your chin. No, well,
those days are finished with you.
I tipped the couple with Durbridge later on, but man of the moment, Malcolm the Spiv Johnston. You are kidding. Yeah, 3 winners.
That's a bit nasty, Fatty. Actually, I had a good day today, and it's nothing unnatural for our team.
Oh, come
now
on.
you should be ringing up. What's your
Equus turf, mate.
Equus. What's the phone number? Quick, so everyone knows.
I forget it, actually.
Well, listen, I tell you what, he doesn't tip too many winners, Fatty, or he'd have had a better haircut than that one.
You're not wrong. What about the haircut? You are kidding.
Would you believe I was on my way to get a haircut today when Farron rang up at 10:30 this morning and said, get to Randwick. What can I do? I had to come here.
Well, we're glad you came because you tipped Alcove at about 10 or 12 to 1, and all the punters are pretty happy, I think. 20s at the start.
Paid 16s on the tote. Paid 16s on the tote, and I couldn't talk you in the back of it.
Well, he had
You're
his
a hard
moment
man to get, Fatty.
He had his moment of glory, Fatty, and another man, Shane Dye. You better watch out for that Gavin Eads. He's calling himself Group 1 Gavin. That used to be your title, Shane.
Well, unfortunately, I can't ride, so I can't win any Group 1s, but I'll be back next Saturday and winning the Champagne Stakes, hopefully on Mr. Vitality.
OK, on that note, Kenny, I think we better go back up to you boys, up the top.
Thanks very much, fellas. Well, amazing. Our gain was the hairdresser's loss, I think, with Malcolm Johnston. Fantastic performance there. And after the break, too, we'll chase down all today's major results and make one lucky viewer $5,000 richer.
Sunday Night Football.
We will fly way up high where the cold wind blows. And the sun, laughing, having fun with all the people that she knows. And if the situation should keep us separated, you know the world won't fall apart. And you will free the beautiful bird that's caught inside your heart. Can't you hear her? She cries so loud, has the wild note over water and cloud. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll be riding on the horses, yeah, yeah. Way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. You will grow, and until you go, I'll be right there by your side. And even then, whisper the wind, and she will carry up your right. bird's lonely cry. See them trying every way they know how to make their spirit fly. Can't you see him? He's down on the ground, so broken wing, looking all around. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. You go riding on the horses, yeah, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. Oh, and if you fall, pick you up, pick you up. That's the way it's gonna be.